Alright, welcome to Kharkov again. So this time around we got a little battle going on. And it's gonna be rather short, 5 minutes battle, but I'd say it's quite nice to see how chaotic this battle will actually turn out to be. Now, usually you would probably argue that a medium like the Leopard should probably go to the outskirts where it can use its speed, or snipe even, but really, my opinion in this game, my idea was go to the city and use myself as a flanker. You have a lot of small roads and streets going intersecting again and again, and it's perfect for a fast tank. You can really easily flank around enemy tanks, come up behind them, pop out outside of the street, shoot, and drive into the next one. That is quite the nice maneuver that will put a lot of people off guard. So, first things first, and that's quite the weird one. The map is quite big, it's very big, but yeah. 25 seconds passed and I've already spotted the first enemy tank. That doesn't take very long. The map looks very big and feels... I wouldn't say it feels. It just looks big, but really it isn't. It feels rather small. For the most part, the size comes from it being really just a city map with all these streets intersecting to each other, and it's chaotic, and there's a few open spaces, the roads feel big, all that kind of stuff. Now, as you can see, we're currently only meeting medium tanks over here. Get a nice enemy line here. Both teams basically meet in a line in the city, and we've got our 3 tanks now meeting up with the enemy mediums over here. It's nice heavy fighting going on over here, in the middle. TDs, camping, you know, the usual stuff. There we go. Taking that one out. And I think that's how it's gonna be. And this is something you will see now. This map promotes map knowledge by a lot. Like that T-62A, yeah, he will get out of there again. That's a spot you don't want to be in. And he's full life, he could have gotten away. No problem. Runward. Inside there, if you look on the map, all he needed was drive 10 meters to the left, and then he would have rejoined with his team. Well, as it turns out, that didn't work out for him quite so nicely. So, this can be quite chaotic, and what's the right word for that? It can really confuse people, because it looks all the same. The buildings are all kind of looking the same. They're all big blocks. So, yeah, that'll confuse quite a lot of people, I'd say. Yeah, just take out the T-62. Takes longer than it should be, because I'm missing a few shots, bouncing a lot. Pretty silly for me. Well, that's just how it goes sometimes. Like, really? Why would I shoot? Oh well. So, in my opinion, what will happen, what we'll see is decent players, average players, most players will either go with the mediums to the corner over here, because, you know, it's open space. But really what you want to do is stay around in the city and just flank guys. And now we're going to get one of the other major things. So we got enemy tanks over here. Obviously, my idea was get in there and stop them, but then I realized I'm all alone over here. That's not a good idea. Why not park next to this lovely modeled half-track with its MG and go hold down? Now, there we go. It's not that great of a position for the Leopard, because the Leopard still is, well, unarmored as hell. It can bounce a few shots though, so I'm quite confident about this, and we'll see how it turns out. Now this is a nice thing to see actually. This is something I mentioned earlier, like in the other video. I have my cover, but the enemy does have some cover too. If they decide to use it, of course, and in this case, they don't. That's not my fault that there's. Here we go, getting a nice few shots on these heavy tanks. Oh, hello T-57. I'm just playing around a little bit with them, trying to dodge as many shells as I can. No, we don't want our main gun to be damaged. Taking one hit, well, that's not too bad. Failing to shoot the STB-1, and that's... Really, I don't think the map is that big. Like, when you see the STB-1, who's, pretty much just over there, it's not much range there. I could have shot him quite easily. And a lot of the size of this map really comes from it just having roads interjecting everywhere and all that chaos. It's like a maze. It's more like a maze than anything, and that makes it nice and cool. But at the same time, it's still small. First enemy encounter was after 25 seconds. That is not a lot. And I don't know. Well, this guy's going to die anytime soon. I don't know. Do I like it? I like it actually. The only problem I see is that a lot of people will have problems with getting flanked from somewhere and not being able to reply to it. Like, I just basically didn't bounce, but I dodged shells from 2 T-57s by just standing behind the cover. Usually they would have killed me, probably, I'd say. If the E-100 would have turned around, I'm pretty sure he could have just panned my turret. And the hull was visible too, to some degree, so... I don't know what to think about it. I really don't. Like, with a Jagdpanzer E-100, for example, when you have such a position as I had, with the hull down position, you can pretty much hold back the enemy quite nicely. Unless they use heat, -A PCR or something really mean, or flank you, obviously. Shoot your weak spots, the few there are, when you're angled. It's nice, and I haven't had another chance to play this map in particular. I would like to play it with a heavy tank, really, just to see how it is in the middle of the map. Because with a medium, obviously, you never want to be somewhere here. You always want to be somewhere on the sides, and then later on go inside the city when the battle has started, just to flank people. I'm kind of sad that I couldn't show that off too much, because this battle was done rather quickly. Well, it's just how it goes. Testserver is always very fast-paced. Aside from that, oh yeah, artillery. Well, you can see, I think he was standing mostly around here. I'm not sure how much damage he did, but I'd say, yeah, from what I've seen of the map, I really think you can, if you move around on the A and B lines, you'll probably have a lot of options to shoot at. There's a lot of arty safe positions, obvious ones, but yeah, you'll probably get a few chances. It's not Himmelsdorf where you have these set firing lanes that you can actually hit with artillery, and only there. With a little bit of imagination and moving around, you'll probably have a good time with arty on this map. That is, of course, because it is rather small, or feels like that. Enemy tanks will get to you rather fast. Wanna watch out for that. Oh well. Nice little first battle on this map. I like it. At least it's no Comarine. Talking about Comarine, well, we'll see about that in the next video. See you next time.